Paddy O'Connor had a big industry at the time. I couldn't say how many he had employed now, but he must have had maybe 10 or possibly 20 even employed at stages, making baskets or making particular things. Paddy did. Joey and Martin would have actually worked with him on the basket making, because it was a kind of family tradition, and they had they made various and every kind of a basket, every shape and form of a basket, that was needed. They would make it. I mean, just make a muzzle for calves now, which would be tied around the calves so that they couldn't be suckling the mother or whatever. And there was a little basket that they'd make for the front of a bicycle. One for carrying messages in, but there was another little basket like the shape of a seat, which is put onto a metal frame on the front of a bicycle, and you could carry a very small child in this basket, kind of. There were straps on it, naturally, for safety purposes.
On the 15th of May 1992, Joey O'Connor was interviewed on Tipp FM. You're about to hear extracts from that interview.
Well, my father was Patrick O'Connor and a basket maker by trade. I'm also a basket maker by trade. Spent some time making baskets, not a big length of time, but some time making baskets. My mother was Neo O'Brien. She was from a place called Fawnlock in Bawn, Nenagh, on the outskirts of Nenagh Rural, and she was a sister of the late Dinny O'Brien, that O'Brien family. The people at that time, of course, they were looking forward to a better Ireland. There's no doubt they were anxious to get the bee house. And at that time, there was a big scheme house built in Nenagh, which was the first scheme local authority houses in Nenagh that relieved that situation. It was known as St. Joseph's Park. And the most wonderful people are in St. Joseph's Park. They come from all sections of the town. Proud people, but they come from all sections of the town. Well, in those days now, there was very few sweet shops. There was one other, Eddie Gleeson, he had where JKC is now, he had a sweet shop, all right. But there were very few sweet shops. To go and buy sweets, you had to go into a public house or licensed premises to buy sweets. They had jars of sweets, and you would go into public house. But this was solely a sweet shop for sweets, fruit. And then we started going to the markets and importing fruit very shortly after getting into the markets. So we went to the markets, on some occasions I went to the markets, believe it or believe it not, twice in one day. My mother was a widow, and she had to manage. She made baskets as well. She did everything. She started a laundrette. She didn't leave us short. She's the one that left me what the values of life should be all about. You went to mass in the morning. You went to the confraternity as well. You got confession every Saturday night. If you didn't, you weren't let into the house. And that's how we got brought up, and we learned, taught to play with ourselves and to respect everybody. And in Silver Street, there was no trouble in doing that in Silver Street, because there were wonderful people. So it was a flooded field, where we have a 10-acre site now here at Martyrs Road. That's a 10-acre site. We're a national name now. Everybody knows about O'Connor's. The passers-by, they don't pass-by, they come in and shop. So it was a flooded field when we bought that. We had it for a number of years before we developed it. And
how significant an investment was it at the time? Was it huge money in those days?
It was, indeed it was. But we bought it from a family in the town that had great respect for us, and indeed we have a great respect for them and still have. That's the O'Hara family. We were great friends. The O'Hara family in Nenagh. They sold me that, and Tom Kennedy sold me the centrepiece. And when I wanted further land, I had no difficulty in buying it from them. He asked for a price. There was no haggling about it. I gave it him. The custom that's in Kennedy Street, that's where we originally started. And you can take it as a great pride for me to be able to say, the customers are going in there now today, and they tell me they never shopped anywhere else.
After how many years?
Well, you can take it that well, over 50 years. Just 50 years, over 50 years. Nenagh may have some little faults. I don't know what they are. I could never see them. People tell me that have some faults. I could never see any fault. But even if they had, I love the Nenagh. I love the people of Nenagh. I love the town of Nenagh. If it has some faults, I still love it with its faults. And the faults, if there are some faults attached to the town of Nenagh, it certainly isn't lack of generosity or friendliness. Nobody. Nenagh is known as the friendliest town in Ireland. I was at a function recently in Nenagh. and a consultant planner from Dublin, when she couldn't find anything derogatory to say about my shopping centre, she did say it was lovely and tidy, but she added what I would consider the greatest insult that you could offer to the people of Nenagh. She said the shopping centre was more in keeping with a city like Limerick. The word is resilience. I'm the most resilient person you could ever meet. If I say I'll do something, you can be as certain as night follows day that I'll do it. I may not be able to do it in a short term, but it's well known, my record stands there. I will do it. If I say I'm going to open a shopping centre, I'll open a shopping centre. No matter what it is I ever said that I was going to do, I did it. Sometimes it took me longer than more times. But resilience, hard work. You must recall now, even after the length of time that you've interviewed me for and know that my life's work means hard work. I'm a workaholic. I love working. I'm here in the shopping centre at 8 o'clock every morning, and sometimes earlier. You can come into the car park. We have 50 car parks at the rear, 50 car parking spaces. You can park at the car park. You can shop in this new Kenneth Street Market. You can leave your car where it is, and you can go back up and go out to Mall and shop in other shops. Your car is okay. You can shop in other shops in Kenneth Street, or you can go across into Pierce Street and shop and still utilise our car parking space. From my heart, it's been a wonderful lifetime. The most wonderful thing of my life, first of all, is my family. My family is number one, always number one. And when others were going enjoying themselves, going to the golf course and going away on a Sunday and going away on Wednesdays, I took my family in the back of the car down to Drummondere to swim. I never, ever neglected my family on a Wednesday or a Sunday. I spent my time, I have no regrets about that, I spent my time with my family. But to say to you that what was the second most wonderful thing was the wonderful people that come shopping in Nenagh. They're God's own people. And when I go from door to door canvassing votes, I don't go from door to door and we talk about the old days. And I'm brought in. I could have tea in every house and a lot more as well. And I must say, life to me has been wonderful. Ups and downs, I don't mind. I can take the ups and downs. The only thing I can't take is something that's bad health. Any other worries are second nature to me now.
And finally, you have no regrets?
I have no regrets. I have no regrets whatsoever.